Truly, truly Kenya, yeah.
Happy New Year and welcome back to the Truly Kenya podcast. 2022, our first show of 2022, and we are here. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a very, very happy and safe New Year's. So what I did, we got together for Christmas. Okay, so I've seen you since Christmas, yes. So for New Year's Eve, I did not make a resolution, which on New Year's Day, it looked like people are not calling it a resolution anymore. It's called intention or plan. I don't know, something else. You guys are using a different word, but I did not do that this year. So New Year's Eve was great. It was very sweet. So I had a lot of fun. And then that was New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day, I made, the things I'm supposed to make as a Black person. I made the black eyed peas. I made the greens. I made some oxtails. And I don't really eat beef, but it just seemed like what I should be doing, and some rice and gravy. And then I was talking to one of my cousins and I was like, okay, well, I just made, the greens and the black eyed peas. And she said, I don't know why you did that. I mean, didn't you do that last year? And you ended up like going through a divorce. And I was like, yeah, why did I make this? But whatever. I did it and I ate it and it was really, really good. And then I made, and so instead of a resolution, which I always break, I did a vision board, and I've never done a vision board before. And if you guys have never done one either, it was a lot of fun, and I think you should try it. So on my vision board, I can tell you some of the things that I put on there. It wasn't like huge. Oh wait, actually, yeah, it was that size. But I did the headphone and microphone for manifesting a successful podcast as it grows and evolves, and I did a director's chair because there are 2 shows that I do want to executive produce at some point, hopefully this year, and I did a car. Just because I have to get a car this year. There's just no way I'm going to get through this year without getting a new car. So, which really kind of bums me out because the song and dance that goes along with buying a car, like you find the car you want, but you can't act like you're too excited. You can't be too invested because then it takes away all your negotiating power. So I hate buying cars, but this is the year I have to get it. And what else did I have on there? My car. My house. I can't remember what else. Maybe like pictures of friends and stuff like that. So just some other things. I don't know why I can't remember, but I can't. But when I was all finished with it, what I didn't have a picture of like a guy. So it was no wedding dress. It definitely would not be a wedding dress. It was no wedding dress. It was no like engagement ring. It was no chapel. It was none of that. And I think and it wasn't purposeful. It was just like 2022 for me has to be about business and making stuff happen. So I think I really stayed like in that lane, and that is what is front of mind for me is not maybe relationships like with guys and stuff, but the business part of it. So that's what I did for New Year's. And like I said, really, if you haven't done one, it's a fun activity. You and your girlfriends should get together and do one. And then what else did I do? Okay, so also over the break, I looked back at some of the questions that I've answered. You've asked and I've answered. And it was like when it came to happiness, like you guys asked a lot of crazy questions all over the board. And when you, it seems like most. Okay, so if it was a question regarding happiness, or are you happy, or are you dating, are you having sex, are you this, are you that, right? It seems like most, I'm not going to say all, but I really do want to say all, but most of the questions when it came to me being happy was always like tied to my happiness being with a guy, dating, having sex, out with, whatever. And that was, so I don't know. It made me think, like, I wonder if people, is it because I'm going through a divorce that people think like, that's why those questions were like that? Because when I think of my happiness, honestly, it is never tied to a guy at all. Um, or I should say, not now. So almost for a year, it has not ever been tied to a guy. And it doesn't mean I don't like guys, because I love guys. But it means that I think they have a place, and it may not like be front and center for me at this time, but um, I enjoy their company. I enjoy their perspective, like even if it's just about business stuff, because I think they definitely think very different than women, or very different than me. So just hearing their perspective is cool. And I think that they just can add to the greatness that I already am, I guess. I just don't need them to be happy, but I do enjoy, you know, their company. So I thought that that was really interesting, is what I noticed. So why am I bringing that up? I don't know, but I just, this is something I noticed, so I wanted to uh, um, bring that up. And then something else I noticed. Well, no, this is not what I noticed, but a guy asked me a real estate question in my DMs that I answered. And as I was going through my contacts, because I wanted to get him another answer also. So as I was going through my contact list, what I realized is, if he is asking this question, then there are probably other people out there that really have this same question about real estate investing. So it got me thinking, and as I'm going through my contacts, I have a lot of really good contacts for you guys, like a lot. So I am going to structure another segment of the show. However, when I release it, it's going to be by itself. It's like the business side of it. So it won't be like on one of these, like my silliness and shit talking and all of that. It is going to be its own video. And so this is going through my contacts. What I realized is I have access to the best credit guy in the country. And I know you guys see all these things like, use this person, use this person. What I'm saying to you is, he is, earmuffs, the fucking best. Okay. He really is. He works with a lot of celebrities. He's out of Atlanta. And he's awesome. And at one point, he's, so I'm gonna have him talk to you about your personal credit. I'm gonna have him talk to you about business credit, lines of credit, all kind of stuff. Like when we had our conversation, there was stuff he was talking about that I had never even heard of. But he's a solid guy, and I think he is going to be helpful to you, because I have seen people post asking questions, not to me, but just through like maybe Facebook post or post about asking about business credit. And I know the perfect guy for you. So we're going to do him. And then what I also realized is real estate at all levels. I got all those contacts for you guys. And I'm not going to have anybody in, I'm not going to have a real estate guy come tell you how to make $1 million and he only got 10,000. Don't worry about that. All right. So these are all solid people. So I'm going to get you guys a wholesaler who wholesales properties. I have a guy that does, like, he flips like lower income properties. Like he'll buy a house, I don't know, for 10,000 or 5,000, which has never been my lane because I don't understand how to do it. I would overbuild and then be at a loss. So I have that guy. I have a guy that invests in a lot of HUD properties, like apartments. And let me tell you something about these guys that had a lot of HUD properties in their portfolio during COVID are fine, because the government was still paying their clients' rents. So these dudes were doing fine. But then I also have people that don't deal with HUD properties and have regular, apartments and stuff like that in their portfolio. And then we got just regular old house flippers like me. And so I think I have a lot of good contacts for you guys when it comes to real estate, when it comes to restaurants. I have a couple of people in the Midwest. One owns like a straight on like lounge bar. One owns a takeout. And one owns a full service restaurant. I'm like really just telling you guys all this right now. A full service restaurant with a liquor license. So I'm going to ask them if they'll come on and just talk to you about the business, how to get it started, what their experience were like. I have a girl that has like one of the top online shopping stores. What else? Just whatever. And for the restaurants, I'm going to find you guys somebody from the Bay. So I don't have any names right now. I don't have those connects, but don't worry. I'll get them. If I have to go stand in the restaurant until the owner comes to ask me to either, ma'am, will you purchase or can you leave? Don't worry. I will find you something. I heard there's a guy that has a champagne bar, which that sounds kind of sexy. So I'm going to find him. I don't have a name. I don't even have a location. I heard champagne bar. So, but I'm going to find you guys, some people from the Bay too, that can talk to us about what that's like. Cause that may be a different experience from the Midwest. So what I don't have, but don't worry, I will get it for you, is someone who can come in and explain NFTs, Bitcoin, Coinbase, crypto, all of that, which is very abstract to me. But I'm going to find somebody who can explain it in layman's terms. Listen, if I can at some point understand what it is, because I really don't right now, it's weird to buy something that is not tangible to me. But, and somebody's going to say it is tangible. Okay, you're probably right. It is somehow, some way, I guess that little piece of paper is tangible. But I just don't get it. So I'm going to find somebody that can explain it to us. And I need to find a good REIT. And a REIT is a real estate investment group. I'm going to find you guys one. So, and that's when, just a group of people get together, pool their money and start buying whatever. I don't know, apartments, houses, Airbnbs. I'm going to get you guys an Airbnb guy. So, because Airbnbs can be tricky. So if that is where you're at, I need to hurry up and get you guys a guy or a girl, because they can be tricky, and you can think you buying one and you all set, and then the city ordinances, or your person has to rent for at least 3 months, or they can't rent between this time and this time. So yeah. So anyways, I want to help you to try to make 2022 a year of information, getting prepared, and action. So whatever I can do, I'm going to try to help you with that. And because what I realize is sometimes people have a plan or an idea, me with the podcast, and they may not have someone that they can talk to about it or ask questions about it. Some things, like if you ask me the question, some things I'm just not going to know about. I've never done an online store, so I really probably wouldn't know about that. So I think I have some connections, and if I don't have the connections, I will get the connections. And the same thing with like the YouTube, starting your YouTube channel, all of that. I'm going to help you guys out as much as I can. And like I said, those videos will be just dropped without being attached to like the regular podcasts, because those are more serious. And ain't nothing over here serious. Okay? As serious as it's going to get is that conversation I just had with you guys right now. So I hope it's helpful, but I think it's going to be good. I really do, for you guys. Okay, let me see what else did I want to tell you about. I can't tell you, like, for me, and this is a story I thought of, that sometimes you're planning or you're preparing and you don't even realize it. So in 2008, when Barack Obama was running for president, I wanted to be on radio. I don't have any radio experience, nothing. Like, no, I wanted to talk about the election. I just wanted to talk about it. And so I had no radio experience at all, zero. It's not like I was a well-known person like in the community or like I used to go and talk to groups or anything like that. So what I did was, on some radio stations on these odd times or odd days, for me, it was Saturday. My spot was 1 to 2. I went into this AM station called The Buzz in Cincinnati, and I bought a spot. So usually the people buying these spots are, I think like right before me was a real estate guy or a mortgage company, something like that. And then there was my spot. So I said, F it. I'm just going to buy the spot and I'm going to create my own little show. And that's what I did. And I was actually pretty good at it. So that got me prepared for like the audio part of like being really in a radio station. And at that time, I think Jerry Tolliver was maybe the manager of, I don't know, of the Buzz or the station. There was a guy named Emmanuel there and Lincoln Ware, who I think is still on the Buzz. So anyways, that prepared me and I did it for about a year. So that prepared me for the audio part, right? And at some point they wanted to bring in video. Video added a whole new thing because then you got to make sure your clothes are appropriate, the lipstick. I don't know. Well, I love a lip gloss, but I have on a little red lipstick for y'all today. So anyways, but yeah, so I did that. And then moving to 2016, the reality show. So the reality show was like the camera aspect of it. So do you see my world is coming together and I'm not even knowing. So, and with that reality show, I think it's still someplace, maybe on demand. I don't know, it's someplace, but if you could watch it, it's still really, really funny. And so that show, and let me tell you about that show. That show could have only happened with Jeff Jenkins leading the charge. Like Jeff Jenkins, Andrea, and Andrea Metz, Nicole Blaze, who actually gave me the name for the cooking show, The Butcher Knife. Who else? Ruben Figueroa was a part of it. It was I don't know, maybe 12 people. Oh, how can I forget? It was Chris Maribel. He was so sweet. He was the nicest guy. He ended up leaving to go work on I think he ended up leaving to go work on the Kardashians, actually. I think he left us for the Kardashians. And then one day, I'm going to tell you this about this last person. One day, Tosh, who does my hair, still does my hair to this day, did my hair before I started the show, and Beth, who does makeup, we were in the kitchen, and I don't know what, just shooting the shit or whatever. So we're in the kitchen, and then the God walks through. Reno. He was we were all taken aback, we just, da, 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 da. Then he just comes in because he is like the sound guy, right? And he comes in, and we're all like this. What the fuck? I mean, it was so unreal because he's a really tall guy. He's very fit. If you like a fit guy, long dreads, super nice. He's just really a very, very attractive guy. And so we were just all looking like, wow. And then I think Tosh said, what day are you filming? I said, every motherfucking day I'm filming. So, but I'm just kidding. Nothing happened, but he was nice to look at, and he's still a nice guy, and he is married, happily married, living life and still doing sound and music. He does music also. And he has like a clothing line too. So I'm not going to give you his name because I don't like his name. Well, I don't know his name, but I know his Instagram name, but I'm not going to give it out in case that's not cool. But anyways, Reno. But anyways, that show could have only happened with that group of people. Like, they took such good care of us. They made the process super simple for us. So we don't have any horror stories. The only horror story I have about that show were my kids who did not want to tape. It was the summer from hell. Everybody was kind of coming into their own. It was just, when I say like pulling teeth, I'm sure there is me on tape or recording somewhere saying, "Get away from me," to Austin Owens. I'm sure. But yeah, that was a summer from hell. The show was great. They were great. They made the job easy. And it just goes to show that those experiences can be fun, because I would do anything for any of them anyway. Any of them, And if I ever came up with what I thought was a good show idea, I would first take it to Jeff, and then Jeff could be like, "Oh, I pass," or "I want to do it." I wouldn't be offended by either. But yeah, so I mean, like, I still really have a lot of sweet memories and feelings about them. And I said that I would never, ever do a reality show. Like, never. And so my ex was like, yeah, okay. And then that was fine until Stella. And Stella Baklavich, I think I said her name wrong. She and Gary actually pitched the show to Bunham Murray. So she was really the catalyst for the show. I want to make sure I give her props. And I think I said her last name wrong. But she used to manage, and she may still manage. I think she used to manage T.I., and she used to manage Mariah Carey. She's a firecracker. That's Stella. But she was great. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then, he's like, I think it's good. I need you to do it. So once somebody says, not do you want to, but I need you, then you end up there. And it all worked out because it was a good experience for me. So all that to say, like, sometimes God is putting pieces together for you to get you ready for the next stage. So yeah, and so here I am. So that was 2016. So here I am in 2021, which I had episodes drop. And I know you guys may be frustrated, but just hang with me because we're getting caught up. So I'm going to start to drop 2 episodes a week until we are all caught up. But I think they're all kind of interesting and easy to listen to. It's not rocket science over here. So, if you just need a little escape to keep you on the treadmill, whatever. Speaking of which, I hate a treadmill. Okay, I hate a treadmill. But yeah, and so here I am. So I just think that you may be working toward your goal and not even realizing it. But I hope, if you are an entrepreneur, and I know everybody is not an entrepreneur, and everybody does not want to start a business or have their own company. And who I learned that from was Heather Dillard. When she was at UCLA, she was much smarter than me. And I was like, you need to start your own, you need to be doing your own thing. You need to start your own business. And what she said to me was, this is right after she finished with UCLA. She said, I don't want to do that, Kenya. That's you. I want my free time. I don't want to be tied to a job. I don't want people calling me at all times. I want to live my life. And it made sense for where she was in her life. But it was so foreign to me not to want to have your own business or your own thing. But I think there are a lot of people out there like, 5 o'clock, I'm done. Weekend, party, whatever. The night is mine. So she was the first person that really made me like, okay, this is not for everybody. But if it is for you, I'm really going to try to get you some good, solid resources. All right. Me to you. That's my Christmas gift. That's my Christmas gift to you. I have PSAs. I didn't have PSAs until about 20 minutes ago when I went to go use the bathroom, like the public bathroom. Okay, so I have some PSAs. One is, if you ever go into a public bathroom, because this bathroom in particular didn't have like paper towels for me to dry my hands, so literally I probably stood in the middle of the floor, walking in like a circle, like what's my plan going to be? Because it has like the air dryer thing, but you're not supposed to use the air dryer thing because they say it blows boo-boo on your hands. Okay, I'm just saying. So don't use the air dryer. So I had to use tissue. But that's one. In a public place, do not use the hand dryer. Not the one that goes under. Not the one that you can like stick in, like the fancy Dyson one. You see them a lot at the airport. Don't use it. It's gross. Don't use that. You just get regular old paper towels like 1970. And then my other PSA actually is for guys, because I'm not sure this is a really guy-driven show. But I think if you are a guy, sometimes guys like the temperature in a room very cold, like in the 60s. And I don't think most women are like, we like 60s. I think we are in the 70s, you know? So if you're a guy and you think you want to be intimate, have sex, whatever, I think you got to take it into the 70s. Anything in the 60s does not make a woman want to take her clothes off. It makes her want to ask you, do you have a coat? Do you have a sweatshirt? Can I borrow a pair of sweats? That is not getting somebody's clothes off. But if you're walking into a warm room, what is she doing? Hey, she ain't gonna be doing hey, okay. But she'll be like taking off the sweater, taking off whatever, the jacket, the sweatshirt. It will make her want to get undressed. That is my 2 PSAs for the day. And I'm just saying, try it. I bet it works. I mean, now we're respecting people's yeses and nos, okay? But I'm just saying, I think it's going to work. So 70, like 73, 72, 70, maybe 75. Maybe you have a super hot and she got to get totally naked really quick, and then you could take it down a little bit. But I'm just saying, in the 70s is where it needs to be. My other thing about this show is I really, really, really want to keep it at an hour or under. So I'm going to start to have some super fun guests for this show, the entertainment side of the show. Do you guys remember? I have a couple, but one I'm actually kind of excited about. Well, I'm excited about all of them. I'm excited about everybody that is willing to come on this show and have a good time with me. Anything entertainment is part of the hour. Anything business will be a part in its own thing. But yeah, so with that, we are moving right along. I'm going to answer some questions. I didn't come across any news stories that I thought were really interesting to me. Kind of want to talk about the Antonio Brown, but I just need a little more information before I do that. But if any story was interesting to me, it's that whole thing. But I need a little more information about it. So I'm not going to do that today. Okay, but I'm going to answer these questions. Going to answer questions. And you know what would be very helpful? If when I got on the phone to pull up the questions, if I just had them. No, but I have to do all this scrolling. And, okay, so here I am. Here I am doing all my scrolling. So let's see. Okay. How do you break up with someone you just started dating? Are we already breaking up with somebody we just started dating? That's weird. I don't know if you're really breaking up. Okay. I think you're not breaking up. I think you're falling back. I mean, a breakup is like if you have a boyfriend. So I think that it doesn't have to be some crazy situation. And I don't even know if it needs to be a conversation. You guys know how I feel about all these conversations. I don't even know if it has to be a conversation. I think you just kind of fall back and quietly go away. If that, but in a very deliberate way. Quiet and deliberate. That's how you do it. You just kind of fall back and go away. And if it's somebody you just started, he may not even realize you're gone. Let's see. Have you been lied to by a guy yet? Yes. And only one lie I think a guy has ever told me. And it's not just one guy. This is the thing I think guys lie about. Relationship status. So to them, they are single. But I've had a few situations, not a few, maybe, I guess a few, because 3 is few, 2 is couple. So maybe a few situations where I guess they thought they were not in a relationship, but trust me, she thought she was in a relationship. So yes, I have been lied to. No, listen to this. I was dating somebody that I thought okay, this one's a big one because this one mattered to me. Those other ones I didn't really care. But okay, this guy that yeah, this guy, okay, important. I would say that. And he told me he was 49, okay? Then one day we were together and he said, "Hey, can you grab my license off of the dresser?" So I said, "Yeah." So I got his license and he had a nice picture. Like his picture was like a really good picture. So then I see his birthday. I'm like, listen, I could do quick math. I said, this dude, no way is he 49. He is 39. Okay. He's about to be 40. So I gave him his license or whatever, and I just kind of let it go, because I have to, in my mind, decide how and what I choose to deal with, what is the issue for me and everything. And so we got in the car, whatever, and I'm like, how old are you? When's your birthday? And he put it together real quick because I just given him his license. So we had a conversation, not an argument. We had a conversation about it. And any guy lie tells is for your benefit. I don't care what they lying about. Somehow they gonna make that shit. It was for your benefit because you wouldn't have went out or whatever, right? So, and I don't care about arguments. Somebody asked me about that. Arguments are normal. Disagreements are normal. I care about the recovery. So if we argue, what happens then? Like, are you mad for 2 days? Because I don't argue like that. Like, I'm able to argue and be like, okay, so I hear you. I would try to be mindful of that. Okay, well, let's agree to disagree. But in 5 minutes, we could be eating, playing a game, laughing it up, being stupid. So, but if your recovery time and you hold a grudge for too long, that probably will not work for me. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna handle it and what I'm gonna do about it because it kind of bothered me. Okay. Are you see, these questions once again are about me. Okay. I really want to get them to be more about you guys. Are you a giver or a receiver? I would say I'm definitely probably a giver, but remember I talked to you about, I'm very nurturing and all that kind of stuff. So that's just the space I operate from. I would say somewhere between 60-65%. Do you have any do you have any regrets about your relationship? I'm going to make it broader because I don't know if you guys are talking about my last relationship with the ex, but I'm going to make it broader. I don't have any regrets about any romantic relationship I've ever had. And in fact, if I saw anybody I was involved with, it would be good. Like, hey, how you doing? Hug, whatever. People hugging in COVID? I don't know. But whatever. Like, it would be fine. It would be fine. So I wouldn't do that with the ex. I know it's a little petty, but not him. Not him. But everybody else, it would be fine. Do you have a go-to to let someone know you are interested sexually? Okay. Another thing I've decided this year, as over this weekend, is that I have to put up some boundaries. I have no boundaries, okay? Because I will talk about everything and anything. But I have to, as I am dating and other people now are involved, I have to have some boundaries. So what I'm going to say is, yes, I do. And if more people were looking at these podcasts, I would not answer. But it's just really me, you. What is it, like 12 of us listening to this podcast? So right now, this is still an intimate conversation. So I'm going to answer this question. However, I have to establish boundaries with you guys. So I would think, I would say ears, fingers, and hands. That's all. I'll leave it there. Okay. And a neck. Maybe. Okay. Do you believe in playing hard to get? Do you think men should do the chasing? If you like somebody, I don't believe in playing hard to get. Like, I don't believe in that. Like, if I like somebody and they were playing hard to get and I guess like never available or never returned a text or never called or never, I don't know, hard to get, I would just fall back. I mean, you give them, I don't know, you give them some leeway, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, but then you just like, okay, got it. You're not interested, not invested, not interested in getting to know me. I'm good. And I don't think anybody should be chasing anybody. Like, is that fun? I don't know if that's fun. I know they say men are chasers. Maybe they are. I'm not saying I think you need to be sleeping with people, or like if he calls you at 6, say, can you get here at 6:30? I'm not saying that, but I think, I don't know. I'm not into that. Period. Do you send pictures? No, I do not send pictures. And now watch a picture of me come up. I do not send pictures. Maybe I sent one picture, but I wasn't like naked. But no. Oh, what is your worst trait? Personality trait, I'm sure. I know this off the top of my head. I'm an overthinker. So if something doesn't feel right or I am unsure about something, I'm an overthinker. So I can overthink a situation. I can overthink myself out of a situation or relationship. I'm an overthinker. Okay. Best thing about being in what are best thing about being in a relationship? I think relationships are good. I don't hate relationships, you guys. I really don't. Um, I think for me, it would be like you already know who you're going to do stuff with or who you're going to do nothing with. Like, so you don't have to think about like, oh, who will I go to the concert with or who will I have dinner with or I want to go to the gym or whatever you want to do. Like, you already know who that is, or I just want to be home and chill. So I think that's kind of good. You already know who you're going to have sex with. So you don't have to worry about that. And then I think sex in a relationship, you like, yeah, it could be like sweet and romantic and long and a bunch of words, but also in a relationship, it could be like you just talk to them on their way home and then, or their way to you or you to them or whatever. And then when you get there, you don't have to have a lot of conversation. You just get right to it. Whereas if you're just dating, that may be kind of weird and seem a little aggressive or assertive. Speaking of aggressive, I don't have a problem with the word aggressive at all when it comes to women or me. I should say me. Like, I know some women are very offended by the word aggressive. I'm not one of them. Assertive is a nice word, but I'm not bothered by the word aggressive at all. And I know somebody's going to have something to say about that, but if somebody said she is aggressively going after her dreams, and I wouldn't be offended because I am. I don't know if I like the word dreams, because do dreams ever come to fruition? Like, and I don't even dream. Do you know I don't dream at night? Like when I go to bed, I don't dream and I don't have nightmares. And I don't know what that says about me, but I cannot seriously, I don't think I've ever had a nightmare. And I don't know when is the last time I've ever dreamt of something, but I don't, I don't know. That was a tangent, but I don't think I dream, and I don't even know if I like the word dream, but I don't think aggressive has to be a negative word. Have you ever asked someone for relationship advice? One person, I'm not going to tell the story, but one person, MC Hammer's wife, but we never made the connection. Like, it was a bunch of like calling, her calling me back, me calling, her calling me back, and then I just never call back. But that's who I would have. I did ask her a question. Some relationship advice. Let's see. Have you had COVID? No, not the regular COVID, not the Delta, not the none of them. I've not had COVID yet, and yes, I am vaxxed. Do the guys care that they can't come over to your house? That's kind of funny. No, I don't, not, no one's, no, I don't think so. I think they're just glad I have a house. So I'm not like, oh, I don't have a place to go. Can I stay here? So I don't think they care. It hasn't been a problem yet, but I'm not dating anybody seriously. And you know what I think about guys? I think guys have comfort in their own environments. And that I think they like to be in their own environments where they can have the control. Like if his first time at my house, he can't control the environment. Can he? I guess he could say, hey, can we turn this down to 67? But, I don't know. So no, it hasn't been a problem for me. Oh boy. What are your thoughts on porn? Do I want to answer that? My thoughts on porn are this. Okay, I'm a very non-judgmental person. I don't care what grown people do with their lives. Like, I got my own shit to be worried about. The last thing I am concerned about is who is and is not watching porn if they're grown. Okay. If the porn starts to interfere with your intimate relationship to somebody else, then we may have to deal with the issue of porn. But if you guys are watching it as a couple or it doesn't interfere, then I don't see a problem with it. I know some people, I'm just saying, I don't see a problem with it. Unless it's that corny porn that has a script I cannot stand, okay? But no, so I don't know. People can watch whatever they want to. I do not think children should be exposed to porn. In fact, Billie Eilish came out and said that she was exposed to porn at 11 years old. Like, I don't know how that happened. And it has really affected her intimate relationships. So when I was 11, you had to have an uncle that had a magazine, so it was no internet, you know what I mean? So, no, so I don't know it to be a problem. But if, children are looking at porn and exposed to, yes, that's a problem. Were you and Gary ever jealous of each other? This is the only X question I'm answering. And the answer is no. We have, not that I know of, we're ever, ever, ever jealous of each other. Hi, Kenya. I'm a private personal trainer. If she's about to tell me I need a personal trainer, this bitch, I'm going to curse her out, okay? All right. She says, hi, Kenya. I'm a private personal trainer, and I've been married for 7 years, 2 kids. My husband has always been fit. He was in an accident at work last year and has now gained 35 pounds in all the wrong places. God, the internet wins again. You guys are awful. In all the wrong places. Then she says, I don't find myself attracted to him anymore. I don't know how to tell him. Why would you tell him? Why would you tell him? God, 35 pounds made you not attracted to him anymore? You were not attracted to him when he was thin and fit. I'm telling you right now, because 35 pounds would not make you not attracted to your husband of 7 years. I don't think so. It's seriously something else. But the fact that you are thinking about you want to tell him is so mean to me. Like, don't do that. That's not nice. I think that why can't you just say like, hey, babe, you want to go to the gym? You want to go for a walk? Why can't you help to do something different? Make him a better dinner. What are you feeding him? Okay? If he'd been in an accident, he probably ain't up cooking. It's probably you. In fact, the 35 pounds are your fault. Just cook better. You know what I mean? To leave the starches out. I'm telling you what, starches, and those carbs and that sugar, just leave that. You're a trainer. You know what you need to be feeding him. But I don't think you should say shit, really. Like, just don't. It's so unnecessary. Just come up with things that you guys can do together that he can burn calories and then change his diet. You don't have to say, I'm changing your diet. You could just start cooking. Obviously, he likes to eat, so he gonna be eating the shit you cook. So what difference does it make? Don't be mean. I cannot stand mean people. Don't do that. All right. Let's see. If you can, this is a good one. If you can interview anybody, who would it be? There's this guy, and I don't know his handle, but his last name is like Wallow or Wally or something. He went to prison. He is a multimillionaire. If you probably Google like Wallow, I bet his Instagram or whatever. He's super inspirational and just his story. So if I could interview, like seriously, anybody on the face of the earth, it would be him. And then it would be Eminem. Don't even ask. I don't know. But Eminem, he just opened up a restaurant, so I think it has something to do with the food part of it. Eminem has always been interesting to me, like his whole story. So those are the two people I would want to interview. I should put their pictures on my vision board, and we can see if it happens. Like, can you imagine me like jumping in Eminem's DMs like, hey, I have this stupid little show. I would love to interview you. I'll come to Mom's Spaghetti. I heard the spaghetti's. I don't know if it's that good, but I'm going to come. And, would you do my show? Like, do you think I get an answer back? Do you think Eminem even opens my DM to say, are you fucking kidding me? Am I being punked right now? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Do you guys remember that show, Punk, Ashton Kutcher? Okay, current references only, because some of you guys are like, who, what, whatever. But I may do that just for fun. We're gonna get a few more listeners, but then we're gonna probably DM Eminem for fun. Like, I mean, what could he say but no? Like, okay, you weren't here last week, you weren't here the week before, you won't be. Oh, got it. Okay, but then if I ever run into him, I've never run into him before, I can say, hey, I asked you to be on my show, and you said no, fucker. You know what I mean? But we're gonna DM Eminem and ask him. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Kenya. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. I have been dating my boyfriend for 4 months, and he seems to never want my kids around. Really? This can't even be a real question. You got kids, and you dating a dude that don't like your kids, or doesn't want your kids around, so he doesn't want you around your kids. This is what I want to say. Men and women, how you set these relationships up with these other people, especially when you have kids, is how it's going to be. So if you were like in the beginning, hey, Charlie, I'm going to get my kids. My kids are here every Saturday or whatever. I love my kids, whatever. Then that's what he's going to get used to. But I bet when Charlie was telling you, hey, let's not get them today or let's go do this, I bet you were like, okay. And then working it out that you could just maybe see him another day. I'm going to just tell you, on a very basic human level, that is so fucked up. You parents need to date people that are going to be good to your kids. And if you're dating somebody that don't want kids, then don't date him right now. Wait. But when you guys start dating people and they don't want your kids around, that shit is terrible. Terrible. You better set it up. Like I have a friend who was married, and they had younger children when they got divorced. And she said he was fine. When they first got divorced, fine. Real active. And even when they were married, he was very active, real active in the kids' life, getting them from school, everything. And then she said, like, after a year, he met a woman, and not even like a young girl, like, age appropriate woman. And the woman never wanted the kids. So he stopped because, he's all in this new relationship, doing this. So he fell back from the kids. So that is really, really shitty. You guys gotta do better. And if you're dating a dude, let's just say your dude is like, say one of your kids, little Davy has a football game on Saturday. But your dude is like, oh, Saturday, where I was going to take you to the wine country. We were going to go to the game or whatever. That motherfucker does not want you to have a relationship to your kids, because he could take you to a game any day. He could take you to Napa any day. And it is a manipulative move to sabotage. I'm telling you guys, it is a manipulative move to sabotage you from the relationship, from your kids. So if you got somebody in your life that every time you're trying to see your kids, or most time you're trying to see your kids, all of a sudden there's a need. Oh, my car is broken. I have to go do this, or I need you to do this. Get rid of them. It is so not worth it. And when I say to you, I'm single now, so I can say this. There are so many super cool, like, lovely guys out there that want to pour into you and help you to navigate and establish a good relationship to your kids. And if you don't have kids, there's still really good guys out there. If I'm finding them, you can find them. Well, you can find them too, but you got to be careful about where you're going. Some of y'all be going to some interesting places to be finding guys, but they'll just find you. You don't have to go out looking. Trust me, they will find you. Now, they're not going to find you if you never go out. If you're constantly just sitting at home, I mean, you do have to be out in the world, but they will find you. So, and don't ever worry about being by yourself. It sounds like you need to be by yourself to get to know yourself. That shit pisses me off about these kids. Y'all got to make better decisions about your kids. That's all I'm saying about that. So if somebody started trying to sabotage, or every time you want to see your kids, they got something, let them go. They're not worth it. And you know what that means? That they're probably not even a good parent themselves. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh my gosh. I think that it. I think I'm coming in at like maybe 45 minutes.
55.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Alex is such a wet blanket. You know, I said 45. Oh, no. 55. So I think that's good. So, okay. So my hope, I'm just reminding you, this podcast for this podcast for this year is I can reel it in to like an hour. So I'm doing good. And that when it's just you and I, we're not going to be doing a lot of edits, hopefully. And when we have guests, we will be doing more edits because we want our guests to look good and feel comfortable. But I'm off to like a great start. Here we are, 2020, my first show back, and I'm at, well, probably 57 now.
2022.
2022. That's right. New year, new life, new experiences. I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching or listening to the Truly Kenya podcast. I know you could be anywhere or be nowhere. And just the fact that you are clicking to listen or to watch, I really do appreciate it. Oh, wait. I did have someone ask me about the cooking show. She said, what is the problem with the cooking show? Let me just quickly tell you this. The problem with the cooking show is not like me just filming me making a recipe. Some of these recipes I am playing with and trying to make better. So that takes a long time. Like, I drop off a lot of things to a lot of people all over because right now I'm focusing, I love a box cake. I love boxed cakes. Duncan Hines is my favorite. So I'm trying to, and I've come across a lot of different recipes that say, learn how to make a box cake like a real cake or whatever. So I've been practicing, and I think I found one, but I'm going to just try it again before I put it out to you guys. So it's not just, I do have some recipes that are already tried and true, but I am exploring other recipes, and sometimes when I do that, I can follow the recipe, so I have the base, but I need to add my own zhuzh to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, get it right for you, because what I told you is that these are recipes you're not going to have to try. You're going to be able to make this shit and take it and share it with your friends and family. So that's the thing with the cooking show. But I put it was a kitchen. I put a kitchen on my vision board because every day, I want to quit the cooking show, but I'm not, because I'm doing 30 episodes, 10 for the cooking, 10 with the additional chefs, and 10 visiting other restaurants maybe across the country. I don't know. I'm trying to work out that. So, but yeah, so that cooking show is gonna effing happen by any means necessary. I'm gonna get through it. So, and it'll be fine. But after I get through what I want to get through, those 30, we'll reevaluate if this is what I want to be doing. But I'm having fun doing it once I get in the groove, but it's just a lot of work and much harder than I thought. And I have all the cameras. I don't even have a reason. Right now I'm just bitching and complaining. So I'm not doing that in 2022. But I'm gonna get to it. Hopefully soon. So, all right. With that, I'm a reel it back in and tell you guys, really, I do appreciate you. I have some other kind of cool social media stuff happening, some vlogs that I just have to edit, which is a bitch. But yeah, so we're going to have a fun year. And I'm going to just be doing a lot of stuff that I find fun, with the exception of the cooking show, but that I find fun. And we're just going to see what sticks, what doesn't. But these kids I have are not going, I'm never going to be telling them a story of I coulda, shoulda, woulda. My stories are going to be like, I did that, it didn't work. I did that, I had a lot of fun. I did that, and you see where the empire is now. So that's what I'm on this year. Business, making some shit happen for me and for you. So thank you guys. I love you for real. And I hope it was an enjoyable and quick. So until next week or next time, I will see you. You guys be safe. New year. Let's make it happen. Bye.
Truly.